My name's Rod Usher. I'm here to give you a little information about our new album, Fear Itself, which is going to be out on June 19th on CD, double LP with CD, and digital as well. So be sure to grab it when it's out, and I'm going to talk a little bit about each song that is on the album. So have fun. The first song is the intro, which is also the title track of the new album, Fear Itself. We always have an intro, and the last three ones were done by a composer called Chris Dominic Delacher, and he's the guy who did our intros and also the keyboards on older songs like The Lovesick Mind or Puppet on a String, and this time he composed a track as the title track and intro for this album, which actually was an idea by our guitarist Pat Laveau, and we gave that to our composer and he made an orchestra track from it. And we think it's a pretty good thing to lead into the album. It gives a good creepy atmosphere, and I hope you like it. The second song on the album is a title called Nie mehr, which translates into Nevermore. And this is the first time that we actually have a German song right early in the album, because as you might remember, there were songs like Der Tod steht dir gut, Hier kommt die Dunkelheit, or Ewigkeit. Especially the last one was the last song on the last album. This time Nie mehr is the first song, and there's a reason for this, because usually our albums open with what we call the metal opener, and we wrote this song when we didn't even know what the lyrics were gonna be. So we wrote the song, and then I wrote the lyrics, and for some reason I could only think of German lyrics. So there we had a metal opener with German lyrics, and we were kind of wondering if we should have the album open with a German track. But then we said, you know what, we are always asked if we do more German songs. So there's no more German songs than that one on the album, but it's the opener, and we're really happy with it. It's very metal, but with a punk rock attitude, and I really hope you appreciate the song and you're not bewildered by the fact that it's first on the album. Song number 3 is called Bloodsucker, and it's a song that I would think is a typical The Other song. It's like a song that could have been on our first album. Now it has a better sound, it has 2 guitars, but it's very typical, has a sing-along chorus, it's got lots of great guitars, and Bloodsucker is actually about a movie called Interview with the Vampire, and you may remember that there's this little girl called Claudia, played by a young Kirsten Dunst, and she was complaining for good reason about being bitten when she was, I think, 12 years old, which means all the fun that we get to have, like alcohol, illegal substances, and sex, she actually never experienced. And we always think that being a vampire and living forever is a great thing, but when you're 12 years old and you're not allowed to engage in sexual intercourse, you're not gonna have that much fun in the world. So that is pretty much a sad song, even though it's got a very light sing-along chorus. But it's one of our favorites on the album, and we think it's gonna be one of your favorites too. Next song on the album is called Black Sails Against the Midnight Sky, and the title actually gives a little hint on the atmosphere of the song. Even though it's a very fast punk rock track, I think it's very dark, and it's more like well, you could call it a goth punk song. Also very The Other, with chanted choruses where everybody can scream along. The black sails and the high dark waves are obviously metaphors for life that can swallow you. You can be overwhelmed by life and don't have a chance to swim and reach safety. That's what the song's about, and it's very fast, and the first people who hear it really like it, and I'm sure it's going to be one of our life standards for the years to come. Dreaming of the Devil is probably the song that you've already heard when you are seeing this clip. It's gonna be the single from our album Fear itself. It's got its own video track. And yeah, it's probably a song that is very typical in the chorus for the other, but it has a very different other parts of the songs where I work with the vocals a lot, where the guitars are very light. There's lots of dynamics going on, some heavy riffing, and I think it's one of those songs that have a punk rock atmosphere. They come from what we do. They're punk rock, but they have a heavy metal feel to it. But it's a very sing-along song as well, and we're very proud of it. That's why we made it the single and the video. And yeah, we've played this live already, and I'm sure this one's going to be played very many times as well. One of the more obscure songs, not to be meant negative, more of the different songs on the album is called Doll Island. That one is heavily influenced by one of our idols, Glenn Danzig. It's a song that takes its inspiration from like the first 4 Danzig albums, but it's obviously it went through the other way of songwriting, so it's not a typical Danzig song, but you can hear the influences, and we're not ashamed to admit our influences, so hopefully you don't mind us having a little Danzig in there. It's not a ballad, it's a very dark rock song, and lyrical wise it's about an island in Mexico. It's on a little river, and in 1951 there was this little girl who fell into the river, and she drowned, and there was a guy living on the island at this time, and since the girl drowned he was haunted by the ghost of that little girl, and every night she was asking for things to play with, and so the guy went out and bought all the dolls that he could get a hold of, and he hung them into the trees, and through the decades there's now thousands of dolls hanging in the trees. The guy is dead now, but people who go there bring dolls, and it's a very creepy sight, and I'm sure if you spend the night on that island you're not gonna have the greatest of times. I'm sure you're gonna be scared. German Angst is a song that is very heavy metal, and it borrows its title from a movie by Jörg Buttgereit and Andreas Marschall called German Angst. Some of you may have seen it. When we wrote the song, we didn't know the movie, and actually I think I had the title in mind when I named the song German Angst, but I don't know what influenced me. If the movie was there before, the song was there before, whatever, it's a good movie and a great song, and they're both called German Angst. So Jörg, thank you very much for the inspiration. That song is about fear. It's about fear of things that you cannot explain, about an unreasonable fear, like when you're afraid of spiders. Of all the millions or thousands, whatever spiders there are in the world, only a few are really venomous and can actually kill you, but we're still afraid of spiders. Then that actually translates to the cover. There's a spider on there, there's a maze on there. We're afraid of mazes, labyrinths, whatever you call it in English, I don't know. And you're afraid to walk in there and never find out. You always find out, but you're still afraid of it. And there's certain cities where people are afraid of strangers, and you don't know why. There's not many foreigners here in Germany who are actually criminal, but some people are still afraid of foreigners and strangers, and that's also a fear that is not reasonable. So that song is about this German tendency to be fearful of new things. It's not well, it may be a little political song. Actually, it's more of a description of what is happening right now. So you make up your own mind and listen to the song. Screams in the Black House is one of our faster songs, but it's very melodic too. It's a little emotional without being emo or anything. Like I said, it's fast, it's punk rock, but it has a dark edge to it. There's also something that we have in two songs, and it's twin lead guitars, reminding you possibly of Iron Maiden or Thin Lizzy. That's Ben and Pat doing what they do best, and that's shredding some great solos and riffs and licks there. The song is about what we always feared when we were kids, and that was that dark house in the woods. Probably nothing ever happened there, but it sure looked like lots of people got killed. In the Dark is one of the slower songs on the album. It's a goth rock song that could have been written in the 80s. Has a little bit of, yeah, some Danzig, some The Cult in there, some other 80s wave rock bands. It's still got metal riffs and everything, so don't worry, it is the other song. But the inspiration is clearly in the 80s. Lyrical wise, it's about the Pied Piper legend that actually took place here in Germany, in Hameln, and it's our take on that legend. And it's got a great chorus that actually has some very cool 80s backing vocals, which I hope you will enjoy. We were kind of having fun with that in the studio and trying to get like really Def Leppard-like backing vocals, and I think we succeeded. But they do not sound cheesy, they sound very dark too, and I think that's one of the more emotional highlights on the album. The Price You Pay is a very heavy and metallic sounding song. It's a fast punk rock song, but it's got some great twin guitars. Like I said, very heavy, very fast. It's got a great chorus as well, I think. I'm using great a lot, but you'll see it's a great song and a great album. There's lyrical wise, it's about things that we did wrong in life or others did wrong. It's about people who take advantage of other people, who suck them dry like vampires. There may not be vampires, but there's sure humans who behave like those creatures. And you've all met them, and some of us all like them, and that's what the song's about. The Price You Pay, you gotta check it out. Animal Instinct is a true horror punk song. It's really fast, it's aggressive, it's about us, the band, and the listeners and the people we've known for years and years, standing together, being the wolf pack before there were songs like Hangover and all that crap. It's about unity, it's about the little scene that is very strong, that has people and friends all over the world, people that we've gotten to know, bands that we've gotten to know. And this is a song about us being a family of horror fans. And yeah, it's very fast. It's a sing-along, and it's for all you horror rockers out there. Rise is one of the songs that may remind you of other songs that we have written in the past, songs like Hide Inside or Howling at the Moon. It's a little in that vein. It's a mid-tempo song with some great punk rock riffs and good sing-along and dancing part, if you may want to call it, like a chorus. Lyrical wise, Edgar Allan Poe was kind of like the basis for it, because he said that the most poetical subject in the world is the death of a beautiful woman. In this case, it is about the death of a woman, so death of somebody you loved. And a lot of us know how that feels, and a lot of us know how you want to do anything to get that person back to you. And yeah, even if she's white and cold, it's better to have her by your side. And that's what Rise is about. The last song on the album is called Mephisto, and that's actually another German song in that case, because obviously Mephisto is a figure from Faust, which was invented by Goethe. And that song it's not a retelling of Faust or anything. It's about deals that we make in life, about bad decisions that we make, about things that we should not have done but did, even though we knew better. It is about a deal with the devil, but it's not a retelling of Goethe's tale. Musical-wise, it takes its inspiration from, again, Danzig or Rob Zombie, or maybe some Black Sabbath in there. You'll see. It's not a typical The Other song, but it does not remind too much of another band. It's what we do when we take inspiration from other things that we hear and just mix them together, and comes out as The Other song. But it's at the end of the album because it is different to the rest of the album. The end is going to surprise you. Again, our composer Chris had a big part in that, and I think it's a great final song with a very, very emotional ending. So I hope you're going to have fun with that song and with the whole album for itself. Remember, June 19th. Get it.